Hi my beautiful Kiss Divas, it is your girl Traycee Simmons and I'm back with another video. So a lot of you guys already know that I did have my eyebrows microbladed, and I wanted to share my experience because I got so many questions on Instagram. I did get it done, and 1 week ago from today I got my final touch up. Now it's so much I want to say in this video because I feel like the biggest part of the whole experience was the healing process, which I'm going to show you guys with tons of photos. I will say right now in the beginning that I have no regrets. It has literally taken off at least 20 minutes off of my morning routine when I do my makeup. I don't have to worry about sweating my brows off this summer or going swimming or any of that. And if you guys know me, you guys know I didn't have a whole lot of brows. Like, I have very thin brows. So to wake up every morning and have full brows, it has given me so much confidence. You know, I have no regrets. So those of you that are thinking about it, definitely consider it. Now I will say to really do your research before going and getting it done, as far as who you are going to allow to do it, because I have read some serious horror stories. I went to the brow swag and Bree did my brows. She did my brows. She did Beauty with Mika. She did Curly Kim here on YouTube, and they actually went together to get their brows done, and I was too scared. I was like, I'm gonna see how it goes with you guys, and then because you guys know I'm scared, and their brows just were amazing. And I was able to talk with my girl Tamika, you know, Beauty with Mika, the whole time she was going through the healing process, and she even went with me and held my hand when I got mine done. I loved Bree. Like, when you first go, they actually draw the brows in for you, and you know, us that love makeup and love coloring in our brows, we already have an idea on how we want our brows done. And she actually have you you wear no makeup, but you do color in your brows so she can see how you prefer to wear them. And I really liked how she followed the way that I like to wear my brows, but she also, you know, educated me on ways to improve and enhance, you know, my features better. So I really appreciated that. That was one of my biggest fears, is getting something on my face that I wouldn't like. So they do draw that in first for you. Even through the healing process, I was able to send her a message, send her a picture, what is this? And she's just very, you know, she really doesn't mind taking the time to educate you. I just love the whole experience that I had at the brow swag, and I have been recommending friends and family and anyone I can think of. I've been sending her way because I genuinely love the experience. And my thing is, you know, just like with everything else, you know, these artists, they will steal other people's photos and post it on their Instagram pages. So if you could actually know someone that went through the experience at, you know, with the technician or whatever, I would definitely advise you to really do your research. Anyways, I wanted to address a lot of the questions and talk about the healing process, because the biggest journey to me, and it was an emotional one for me, was the healing process. They do give you paperwork on what you would go through, like between day 1 and day 5, and everything that they tell you actually really does happen. So I have pictures I'm excited to show you guys. I will say that it didn't hurt. That's the first question everyone says, does it hurt? And they actually numb you. And at one point during the process, I started to feel it, and Bree saw it on my face, and they stopped and they numbed me again. So the worst part of actually getting it done was the sound to me. It's like this scraping sound, and it's like, ooh. That was the worst part of it. But as far as pain, no, because they numb you. So when you get it done, you're like, yes, I got my brows done, they look great. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, wow, they're dark. And they actually, like the first few days, they actually get darker. And that's like a whoa, like, whoa, I didn't want it this dark. But it's actually the healing process, and they actually tell you this. After day 3 to within the first week, it goes through a exfoliation process, and they start to peel. And that's the question that I got on Instagram, like, how did you deal with the peeling? And you can't really tell. It's just like a little bit at a time, you know. And I just would put the ointment. There's an ointment that you put on it every day, and you just can't scratch because it will itch. Yes, it itches. I don't know if you've had a tattoo, you know that healing process of the skin, or if you've ever had a cut or a scrape, you know, and it's healing, you get that itch. Same thing on your brows. So it's like, that part was hard for me, because I'd be at work like trying to tap around it. If the itching got really bad, I would go ahead and use my water. I would put this on, and I would make sure my eyes are clean. I would just put it on like a cotton ball and dab my eyebrows, and then I would apply more ointment, and it would give me some relief. And I actually use this here every morning, and I would use it every night with the ointment. And I mean, you just had to kind of roll with it. When I got to the peeling part around like the second week going into it, that's when I started to get a little nervous, and I took a picture, and I was like, oh my God, Brie, is this supposed to be happening? Because like the inside of my brows, they turned like a grayish color. It was like my brows were disappearing, and I was like, no. I knew there was a touch-up coming, and I was like, no. And she was like, don't worry, it's part of the process, they'll come back. And it's the weirdest thing, because when you start going into week 3, your brows actually come back. When I got to day 15, I was just in day 15, day 18, I was in love with my brows. And so the whole journey was it was just so worth it, because when my brows are going through the different changes, getting darker, you know, peeling, getting lighter, it was just like, oh, you know, especially when you know, it was hard for me. It was not emotional. I wouldn't say emotional, but you know, you want to make sure that you did the right thing. But let me tell you, when you get to about day 20, I was just so happy, so happy that I took the plunge. Now, someone asked me also, as far as, you know, is it worth the money, because you have to do it again in a year, or I think maybe the average person is like 1 to 2 years or something like that. I think your lifestyle really depends too. I think it's worth it. All the money that I was spending on Anastasia products and other brow products, I think it's worth it. You know, it may cost a little bit more, but not that much, because I mean, I was spending the money on brow products. I did not have brows, so it wasn't like I was just sometimes filling my brows in. I was coloring in like full brows. So I think it's worth it. Just the time that I save in the morning, just the fact that I don't have, you know, I have brow, like when I first got it done, it was just the weirdest thing to walk past the mirror when I didn't have makeup on and be like, oh, that's me. Because I wasn't used to having brows. But I am so thankful. Listen, if you are in LA area, she's located in Beverly Hills, I definitely recommend the brow swag, because you know, she's the bomb. Yeah, that's my advice. If you're gonna get it done, do your research about the healing process, because that's gonna help you out a lot to know the different stages you're gonna go through. The next thing I advise is to make sure you really research who you're going to trust with your face. The next thing is just you need to be really clean. You need to be you really would need to really take care of your hygienes, because it is an abrasions you're putting to your skin, and it can get infected. And that's what I've seen a lot. And it's sad, because they blame the technician, you know, the person, the artist that does it, but it was actually their care after they left. So I did things like I said. I was using my water every day, in the morning and at night. You can do it 3 times a day, and I was putting my ointment on it, and I would just dab it, because you don't want to like peel or anything like that. I would just dab to clean it and put ointment. I've had questions about how I shower. I've had questions about wash my face the same way I always wash my face. I just wasn't like drenching my face in water what I would do is take off my surface makeup with like a makeup wipe, and then I would apply my soaps, and I would just, you know, scrub my face or use my what is it called, my spinning spoon. I don't know why I can't think right now, but anyways, I would, you know, clean my face how I usually would, and I would use water just on the bottom half, and I would take a clean face towel with warm water to remove, you know, the rest of the soap without drenching my brows. And that was really all that I did. I wore makeup the entire time. I just did like lighter makeups like tinted moisturizers and BB creams. That was my choice. You can wear makeup, just not on your brows. As far as shampooing my hair, because you know, with the natural hair, that was a whole nother issue. I took saran wrap, and I would put extra ointment on it, and then I would put saran wrap over my brows, kind of like how she did when she was numbing my brows. And that's how I would shower. It would get some moisture underneath the saran wrap, but it wasn't like my, you know, it didn't get shampoo in it and all that other things that could, you know, prevent my brows from healing the way I wanted them to heal. So it wasn't too hard. I made sure my pillowcase was clean. I didn't touch my brows, even though they itched like crazy. I did not touch them. I didn't let people touch them. So when I did clean my brows or put ointment on, I made sure that my hands were clean and sanitized. So that is, in a nutshell, I have absolutely no regrets. I recommend it to anyone that is thinking about it. It is so worth it. So worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have the information in the description box. If you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.